Hello, I am Dr. Darnita L. Payton, and my purpose is to educate, to encourage, and to enlighten. Thank you so much for taking the time to stop by today. I am so grateful that you are here. Please, before you leave, give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so that you are notified every time I upload a video on Tuesdays, and do me one more favor. Tell at least 5 people that you know about this video and this channel. I would greatly appreciate it. All right, today we are talking about 4 steps to start. If you haven't seen my last video on 5 ways to an more organized and functional you, please go back and watch that. These two are sort of companion, although they can be standalone. But if you watch that one first and then come back to this one, you're starting to build a system. All right, so 4 steps to start. What I found is when people have a task at hand that they want to complete or start, or they're trying to make a goal or a decision, the most difficult part of that is, well, how do I do it? Where do I start? We may suffer from decision fatigue, where there's so many decisions to be made that the decision that we make is not to make a decision. And so then procrastination sets in. And we don't want that because we hate procrastination. Procrastination is evil. It robs us of joy, of time, and it robs us of the ability to get started. So I want to give you 4 steps to start. I know I usually talk about 5, but sometimes I have to mix things up to keep you all on your toes. Today we're just going to deal with 4. So the first one is when you desire to change multiple behaviors. Again, it can be overwhelming. And you're faced with so many choices that you become ineffective and you don't choose to do anything, which in itself is a choice. So technically you have chosen to do something. You've chosen not to do anything. And so I'm going to give you 4 acronyms today that you can use in most situations to help you get started if you get stuck once you've gotten started, or if you're just having difficulty making a decision on how to start. The first one is PABS. That's P-A-B-S. And so PABS is number 1. It means pick a behavior and start. And that simply means if there's something that you're trying to overcome, you're going to identify that behavior and you're going to start there. So if you have 5 things that you want to change in your life, or if there are 5 things that you want to start in your life, you would pick that behavior and you would start there. PABS. Pick a behavior and start. Number 2 is PALS. P-A-L-S. And that's pick a language and start. Another thing that I found is that sometimes we speak so harshly, so negatively to ourselves, that it's no wonder that we can't complete a task or start a task or make a decision, because the way that we speak to ourselves is counterproductive to our success. So if you find that you are, talking negatively to yourself, if you're not speaking grace to yourself, if you're not encouraging yourself, and I don't mean that you're lying to yourself. So it's not, pick a lie and start. But if you are genuinely trying and you're just maybe, having some difficulties, then you want to speak a more positive language to yourself. In my case, when I'm struggling, I'll look for a scripture that can help to encourage me. And so it helps me to encourage me to speak kindly about myself. I'll tell myself how wonderfully I'm made, and I can absolutely do this. And this is something that I can accomplish. And even when I fail, because failure is a part of life, that it's okay. Because failure actually teaches us a lot. One thing that I'll just touch on in today's video is failure teaches you, well, that didn't work. So you've learned something. You know not to do that thing that way again. So, don't always run away from things where you've encountered a failure. See, there's a bonus. So there's the 5. I always come back to the 5. So pick a language and start. Speak over yourself. Speak success over yourself. Encourage yourself. Again, you're not lying to yourself, but you are telling, you're speaking kindly to yourself. You're encouraging yourself. You're using scripture to encourage you and you're just speaking life and success into the things in your life that you want to accomplish. All right. The third one is pass. PASS. So this is more focused on if you are doing a physical declutter. So it means pick a space and start. So when most people start to think about decluttering and organizing their house, and I asked them that question, I said, "Well, where would you like to start?" "Well, I like to start everywhere." Or I'll say, "Well, what do you want to do?" "Well, I want to organize my entire house." And I'll say, "Well, you probably need to get someone else to help you because that's a lot." So what I try and encourage them to do is to pick a space and start. So let's say you want to make your bedroom this tranquil retreat. So you would start there. And that's, that would be the place that you would start to organize your entire home instead of just saying, "Well, I want to do the entire thing." You have picked, that space to start. Makes sense? Again, we're taking something that's really big and we're kind of whittling it down to something more manageable. Pick a spot and start. This is again more towards the physical decluttering of it all, but it can be mental or emotional. But let me start with the physical part first. Let's say you've already honed in that you're going to start working on your bedroom first. And so, again, people become overwhelmed because they're staying in a space that's overwhelming because there's too much stuff or there are too many systems or there aren't enough systems. And so they don't know where to start. So you would pick a space and start. So you get past kind of twice. We're going to double down. So you pick a space and start, and you pick a spot and start. And pick a thought and start. So this is related more to your thinking. You're going to, if you're having difficulty with negative thoughts coming into your mind, you're going to pick a thought and you're going to work on eradicating and replacing that thought with something more positive. Because we know that a lot of us are defeated before we even start because of the way that we're thinking about what we want to do and how we're going to do it. Or back to that PALS, PALS, where you're picking a language and starting. If you've already told yourself that, well, I've never been able to do this, so I'll never be able to do it now, then your thinking goes in line with your language, and you'll start thinking that, well, yeah, I have never been able to be successful, so I won't be able to be successful this time. Well, I might as well just not do it. Okay, well, I won't. And then you feel badly because you've talked yourself out of doing something that you know you need or want to do. And you've talked yourself out of doing something that you haven't even given yourself the chance to try. So the fourth one is PAT. Pick a thought and start. So hopefully these 4 plus a bonus on failure are helpful to you and you can implement these today. So number 1 is PABS. Pick a behavior and start. Number 2 is PALS. Pick a language and start. PALS. Number 3 is PASS. Pick a space or spot to start if you're doing physical decluttering. And then number 4 is PATS. Pick a thought and start. So again, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the comment section below. I would greatly appreciate it. Before you leave, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so that you'll be reminded when I upload a new video on Tuesday, and share this video with at least 5 people. I would greatly appreciate it. I know that if you implement these steps and go back and watch the previous video on 5 steps to a more organized and functional you will be well on your way to successfully overcoming either those negative thoughts and behaviors that you're dealing with, or if you're dealing with trying to make a decision, determining the type of life you want, or if you're just trying to start or complete a task. Hopefully these steps will be beneficial for you. Again, thank you so much for taking the time to stop by. And if no one has told you today how awesome you are, I want you to know that you are absolutely, positively awesome. Thank you so much. Take care. God bless. Bye.